So if I told you that I had a car waiting for you on the East Coast, free and clear yours, all you had to do was fly yourself out there, who would go, right? Of course, we go out there, it doesn't matter, it's a free car. That's what the Warrior Scholar Project is, except unlike a car, it doesn't depreciate. Its value stays the same and it gets bigger as much as you use it. And what they do is they take you, and just like you were taken at boot camp or recruit training, wherever you went, just like you became a soldier, or became a Marine, or became an airman, or became a sailor, they take you and they make you into a student. They have you learn from the best professors in the world. They haze you with academic knowledge. They show you how to read like a college student. They show you how to take the information that you're presented with in class and dissect it, pull it apart. They mold you into these reading machines, into these writing machines that take that discipline, that intensity that we've learned from the military and apply it to the college problem.
My name is David Carroll.
My name is Shadell Sapa.
My name is Jeremy Laster.
My name is Renard Woods.
My name is Ryan Ramsey.
My name is Jennifer Austin.
My name is Chris Merkel. My name is Rob Henderson.
My name is Lisa Kaiser.
My name is Francis Fernandez.
My name is Whitney Murray.
My name is Logan. I'm from San Diego, California.
I'm from Tampa, Florida originally.
I'm from Phillipsburg, New Jersey.
I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
I'm from Texas.
I'm from Worland, Wyoming originally.
I'm from Southern California.
I'm originally from American Samoa.
Originally Northern California. I live in Southern California, Orange County now.
I grew up in Texas.
I'm from a little town called Red Bluff, California.
I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I spent the last 12 years in the Army, and 4 of those was deployed to Iraq.
I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, and when I graduated high school, I went right into boot camp.
I graduated boot camp. I went to School of Infantry. I was where I became a machine gunner.
I am a 19 Delta, which is a cavalry scout.
I was in the Army for 5 years in the military intelligence field.
I was an engineman in the Navy.
A medic.
I was in the military for 4 years. I was in the Navy.
I joined the Air Force when I was 17.
And I ended up in F-22 avionics. And I was stationed at Tyndall Air Force Base for 4 years.
I served in the National Guard in Special Forces.
I was in the Marine Corps for about 6.5 years.
My job was infantry.
4 years turned to 6 years, 8 years, 10 years.
Since 2008, I've been in the sniper community in the Marine Corps.
After 9/11, I had to go back, and I volunteered to go back and was in the invasion of Iraq and continued my deployments up into there. So about 16 years total.
Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944, better known as the GI Bill of Rights.
After World War II, the GI Bill sent millions of men and women back to college, and studies have shown that society got a 6-to-1 return on its investment for the post-World War II GI Bill. If we approach anything like those numbers today, our economy and our society will benefit for years to come.
I was nervous, as most veterans are, going into academia.
I almost stayed in because I knew that I'd gaffed off high school.
I just felt like I couldn't transition into the civilian life. It was all too fast because I just came back from deployment.
So I was scared to get back in the school environment because I thought I was going to be behind. And
I thought I was just going to kind of be by myself and stick to my own thing and try to just make it through alone.
Like, I need direction all the time. That's because I feel like in the military they trained me, they pushed me in every direction they wanted me to go.
Like, this is who you are. You're this great person. You can accomplish all these things. They instill, you could do this, you could do this drive. Okay, thank you, goodbye. And now you've lost all that section of your life where you had all this responsibility, all these professional skills. And now, education-wise, you're still that man-child back here from high school.
It was a little bit of help from the military, but for the most part, it's kind of like, you have to do all the work and make sure, you have everything in line for yourself.
The post-9/11 GI Bill sent an enormous amount of people back to school, but we don't know how much we've gotten in exchange for that investment. We know that we've spent $35 billion. We don't know how many folks have graduated with those funds, let alone how well they've done after graduation or after they've gone back to school.
So I'm originally from a small Midwestern town called Decatur, Illinois. Very blue-collar town. Not a lot of people go to Ivy League schools from Decatur. I actually had the opportunity to attend Yale University. I was recruited there for football.
Made the tackle. And here's Winters now with plenty of time, looking, throwing. What a hit at the 28-yard line.
Oh my goodness, that's scary.
That was scary. It's a very tense time here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They are bringing out a board and a stretcher. Once again, a collision. Jesse Rising, the senior out of Decatur, Illinois, who planned on joining the Marine Corps upon graduating from Yale.
It tore 2 nerves in my neck. As a result, my right arm was completely paralyzed initially. I've had a series of surgeries, nerve grafts, and nerve transfers that have given me a great recovery, but of course, not a good enough recovery for the Marine Corps. Unable to serve in the Marine Corps as I had planned, I decided that I wanted to do the next best thing, which would be to serve those serving in my place.
As I got towards the end of my career and put in my discharge and was accepted to the University of Sydney, my younger brother, who at the time was one of the top students in the Government and International Relations Department, pulled me aside and basically said to me, hey, you can kick in a door, but you need to learn to read and write academically if you want to do well in school. And so he proceeded to begin teaching me these sorts of skills.
And at that stage, I didn't know what to call it. I just knew that this is how I read, and I knew that I needed to deconstruct it and to simplify it and show him what I did and to try to teach it in a process that he could employ and understand. And he, saw how valuable that was. And he suggested that we should call it ninja reading, because you're able to stay so focused when you read, and there's such discipline to it, and you can be both fast in the way that you scan ahead and assess the text, and you can be slow and meticulous and fastidious.
And it had this idea floating around in the back of my head that the process I'd gone through with my younger brother, it should be formalized into a program. And so that's when Jesse and I partnered together and actually decided to create the Warrior Scholar Project.
I had about $30,000 saved up from my time in Afghanistan, and every penny of that went to our pilot year of the Warrior Scholar Project. I really just threw all the things that I owned in the back of my Mustang and drove around the country to various military bases, asking if anybody would be interested in attending this course that we had created to help them transition from the military to college.
I was looking for a new career and a new challenge, and I was going to community college and just happened to be walking by with the haircut, and Jesse had just been there, and somebody said, hey, are you in the Army? Would you like to go to Yale? And I said, you're crazy.
It was amazing. The first day was a good punch in the face.
I thought that I was ready for it, I thought it was going to be easier than it was.
We don't let the students get a whiff of the curriculum or the syllabus, because they would probably not come.
It's intense. A day at the Warrior Scholar Project, it starts early. I was up at 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning, 7 if I was being indulgent. We would work with professors from Yale all day until about 4 or 5 when we'd break for dinner. Our professors might come with us to dinner for an informal question and answer session or a discussion, or we would sit down with Chris and talk about transitional issues that veterans face. Altogether, it was exhausting, but it solidified my resolve to be a student.
I was looking for the Warrior Scholar program to help me in writing and communication. I think those are 2 big things that online school didn't really teach me.
We've learned writing skills and reading skills and study skills that I never even imagined I needed.
And I can say that even though I came in with a fairly high bar, this has pushed it to the next level, and particularly with the critical reading and analyzing skills of text. I can't say enough about that. No one has ever taught me those skills before.
The first day that we were reading here, Dave Howell taught us a little tip on ninja reading and taught us that every time that you read, you're not reading unless your pen is moving.
It teaches you how to break it apart and find transitions, circle words that I didn't know. I would pull a line out and I would define it.
He showed us that no matter what your, college level or your IQ is, anyone can read properly if you're just given the exact tools to do it.
They know how to learn. I think the important thing is to persuade them that the ways in which they have learned and the things that they have learned are actually valuable, that there are ways that they could take their own experience, the things that they have learned, and put them in a larger context as a result of being in a university setting.
We select the students for the program based on how much impact we think we can have in their lives. And the way we do that is we basically make an assessment that is as much art as it is science about, is this student at this sort of inflection point at which we can alter the trajectory of their life.
They don't even know their own power. The students coming in don't even know their own power. They come in the first day and you see it grow. You see their awareness of their ability to stand toe-to-toe with these academic giants. You see them realize it themselves. And that turning point moment is why we do this.
So my favorite reading we've done here so far is Berlin, Isaiah Berlin, and I think it's probably the most difficult reading that we've done here. But it was nice to be opened up to the humanities, to the idea of philosophy and political science, something that never interested me before, but once you find a good piece of literature and start reading, it's hard not to get inspired.
Frederick Douglass was probably the most awesome, I guess, because I didn't really know much about him at first, and just to know what he did and the courage he had for his time was pretty amazing.
I've learned that I have a great interest in ancient Greek history. We've read Herodotus and Thucydides, and I think those two classics are very inspirational to really understand how it is that our government evolved and that we adopted a lot of these ideas from people further back than our founding fathers.
When I enlisted in the Marine Corps, all I wanted to do was I wanted to fight for this country. I wanted that experience, that life experience of making a difference. And I really didn't know why. I didn't know what I was really fighting for. I didn't know the rights we had, the restrictions.
A lot of us put our life on the line for democracy. I thought I knew what democracy was. The label, democracy, liberty, and freedom. And you think they're one and the same, they're analogous to each other, but in reality they're not. And all these readings that we did, you start to see just how complex it is.
Engaging with veterans in an academic setting on these subjects about which they may have very strong, visceral, patriotic feelings, it causes their intellectual curiosity to become insatiable, and it helps them contextualize their military experience as part of the broader human struggle. So once they're able to see that, then that reawakens that sense of meaning and purpose that they felt in the military.
To learn that and now to go back into my regular life with that perspective, I feel that I'm more aware of what's going on and more conscious, and it leaves me with more ideas.
It opened my eyes. Before I was ignorant of it, and now that I know, I feel like I have an obligation to keep studying it.
Many veterans come home uncertain of how to make their way in society. They may come home struggling with the demons of post-traumatic stress that they've brought home from the battlefield. A rigorous educational experience where veterans are challenged can often offer the best way to minimize those challenges and help veterans grow through a rigorous experience that tests them and stretches them and forces them to rise to the next level.
We don't look at ourselves as a charity. We look at ourselves as an organization that provides a challenge for veterans and an organization that helps us as a nation utilize the incredible resource that is our veteran community.
You have these soldiers, these people with these outstanding experiences and these hard-learned lessons, and they come from all different backgrounds. The military is the most diverse, inclusive environment I've ever been a part of. So the university can tap into that diversity that's already inherent in the military with the added common thread of the shared hardship and the shared lessons that they've endured. And when you put these veterans in the classrooms, they're ambassadors to a different way of life.
I think as soon as you have somebody in the room who has been involved in warfare, everyone becomes more serious about it and starts to take the literary representations even much more seriously, much more personally than they otherwise would do.
And I can tell you, this really makes for terrific seminar discussions, because one thing you don't want in a seminar is having everybody with the same experience, having everybody alike. It's the very difference of personalities and backgrounds in a seminar that makes a good seminar work.
They're here for you to succeed. That's their main goal. There are no ulterior motives. They're not trying to do anything but ensure your success.
Just like anywhere else in the military, the brotherhood, it goes wherever you go. I felt it here. You know, everybody was working together, from the tutors to the students to the professors. I can feel the vibe that everybody wanted to be here and everybody was here to help each other.
There are magnificent examples of students, and that was what I expected, and that's what I saw.
They've been an inspiration to me. They're a constant inspiration to me to serve my country in one way or another, to work to excel and to take ownership of my own success like they have.
This program has given me so much confidence. I feel comfortable writing an academic essay. I feel comfortable being in a classroom with students, something I didn't feel comfortable doing before coming here.
It gave me the confidence, that I can go back to school and succeed and do well.
I leave here knowing that, if I want to do something, it's not too far out of reach. As long as you put your mind to it, you can definitely achieve it.
I'm going to hit the ground running. I'm going to go back. I want to take some, obviously, I want to take some political science classes because I'm interested in it. I want to take some history classes.
I definitely want to go back and interact with the veteran group that's available, and one thing that this course did talk about was using the resources that are available to you.
And they taught us that, you can never do anything alone. Just try to get involved, try to, form study groups, and it's just going to make your life a whole lot easier.
My plan now is to go back to where I'm from, where I'm living in North Carolina, to go to a local college and build a very credible track record so that I can then transfer to an Ivy League college.
I just got accepted to my four-year university. It's a smaller private school, Vanguard in Southern California. I'm planning on doing psych for 2 years. This is my undergrad.
I'll be pursuing an undergraduate degree in psychology, and following that, I'd like to pursue maybe a master's in social work or perhaps like a PhD.
I would love to get my master's, like I said, in either business communication or business administration.
My plans is to transfer into Cal, Berkeley, and study computer science.
I'm going to be more of an asset if I go into the sciences and just, do my job, prove myself, get experiences, but also help women get footholds to climb that ladder as well. So that's what I want to do with my career.
After I left the Warrior Scholar Project, I started looking, setting my sights a little higher. I had already been accepted to Texas A&M, but being in Texas for 10 years and in the Army in the same place so long, I wanted something else to do. So I applied for a scholarship to go to Vassar College, and currently I'm a rising junior at Vassar.
Finished my bachelor's degree in Homeland Security and work towards law school. I want to be a family attorney so that I can help younger kids.
Being here has opened me up to not only the idea of the humanities as a field of study, but just the idea that you don't have to go to college just to get a degree so that you can get a job. It's not about the vocation of school. It's about actually learning and being able to critically think.
I'm more open-minded about what's out there. I was more into fitness and just teaching people about fitness and about health. But now I've learned about the government and what it's about, and I feel like I can do something else. I want to see what else is out there. So I guess you can say I'm still searching.
I'm going to be coming to Yale University next year as an undergraduate as part of the Eli Whitney program, and I intend to explore every major here and stay here as long as humanly possible, but still get a good education.
Nick, what are you gonna do? Not now, Chief.
Woo!